Welcome, Stachers, to another episode of Stache Sports. Today is opening day for all baseball teams besides the Yankees and Giants who played last night. The Yankees won 7-0 if you wanted to know. But today was the opening day for the Pirates on NBC and Peacock at 1:15. I got up looking forward to a good game for the Pirates, but they did not look good today. They look good on some aspects, which I'll get into later, but some others they didn't look good. I know some people are going to complain about Paul Skeens not looking good and getting tossed in the first inning and having one of his worst starts. Paul Skeens still, I think, is the best pitcher in all baseball, and I think even the best pitchers and best players have an off game in all sports, no matter what sport it is. And today was just an off game for Paul Skeens. I think Paul Skeens will bounce back in his next start and do a lot better and have a better game. I know it's tough when the best pitcher gets out in the first inning to try to win a game, but I mean, he didn't have any defensive help at all. We have O'Neal Cruz in the outfield. Cruz, in my opinion, Cruz really only has one good thing about him, and that's his batting. If Cruz can get Cruz missiles, which we're going to need a lot this year, more than ever. Going on to the longer part of the season, we're going to need a lot more. We're going to need a lot more home runs this year. The Pirates are going to need, but we'll see. Cruz needs to get batting, and Cruz also needs to get outfield. Maybe he needs to put sunglasses on to help him see from the sun, because if that was one of the cases that he messed up that ball so bad and it was the sun, maybe he needs to fix that and get some sunglasses. I mean, come on, man. I can probably catch that ball. That was a pretty bad blunder. I mean, everyone that was going towards the ball, maybe that was a little harder to judge, but still, if you're an outfield prospect, you need to do good. I mean, he was also on the shortstop and didn't look good. Maybe he's all the hype as a good baseball player, but hasn't really panned out. I mean, I don't know. I know it's still at the beginning of the season, and like I said at the beginning of the video, I still think the Pirates will be much better than last year and have 80 wins or more, and maybe even be considered a playoff team. I don't know if this game is going to hinder them. It's only one game, and you can't win all 162. I think, like I said, I think Paul would definitely bounce back from last year. From this week's game. I think this week's game was just a blunder. I think Paul still is going to be one of the best pitchers in all baseball this year, and will get his ERA back down. I mean, it stinks that he had a bad inning, and they took him out so high. But, I mean, some of the bats were his fault for getting hits and getting stuff. He needs to fix that but we'll see. It's only one game, so I'm not up in arms about Paul. I mean, I think he'll bounce back, like I said. I do think O'Neal Cruz needs to either sit down or be on the outfield. Maybe next game, whenever we play the Mets again, I think we have off tomorrow. Maybe the next game we put Magnum in there. Magnum, I think is how you name it. Jake Magnum, I think is how you pronounce his name, from the Tampa Bay Rays, that we got in the Brandon Lau trade. And we'll talk more about Brandon Lau here in a minute, because Brandon Lau looked good today, but Magnum plays outfield. And Magnum has been hitting like 300, I think I've heard, in spring training. I know it's spring training, that doesn't count, but maybe put him up there. Maybe he can catch better routine flyouts and help whoever the pitcher is not have a bad inning. But let's see. I mean, I'm not on O'Neal Cruz. I'm not on getting rid of O'Neal Cruz. I mean, his bat still helps the Pirates if it's back and get going. But I mean, come on, dog. You need to start catching those balls. We've tried you in the outfield. We tried you at shortstop, and that didn't work out. And then they moved you to outfield. And you still have the same blunders and still the same defense from last year. I mean, I know it's only one game, so maybe he might be able to fix that. But come on. The first game with 2 blunders, that's not going to look good on your bingo card and not look good on your card at all. You need to start playing better. You need to look better and play better. You need to look for the team and catch the ball. If you need help, call Rhino Horn or somebody else here to catch the ball if I can catch better. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because he's too lazy in the outfield or what it is, but he needs to fix that. That's the one complaint that I have today. I'm not complaining about Paul Skeens because I think, like I said, I think all humans have bad games. All people have bad days and bad games, and that's just one of them. I know he's still the best pitcher in baseball, but I think he's had a bad game. I mean, but we do have some positives to look forward to. And I still think, like I said, we're going to be a playoff team. Playoffs? Why are you talking about playoffs this early? But I still think we'll be a playoff team. But Cruz did not look good. I mean, he did have one hit that led to the first home run by Brandon Lau. Brandon Lau had 2 home runs in the first 2 at-bats. Let's hope he can get having home runs. He had 31 home runs last year for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Oh, I can't call him a Devil Rays anymore. The Devil Rays. Oops, said it 3 times. Hope I don't get canceled. But Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I said it again. The Tampa Bay Rays. But whatever, he had 31 home runs for Tampa Bay Rays, not Devil Rays. He had 31 home runs for Tampa Bay Rays last year. Let's hope he can do that. He had 2 home runs today for the Pirates. Looked really good. Rhino Harn had a home run too. There wasn't anyone on base, but he had a home run. He's looking good too. He came from the Padres and the Baltimore Orioles last year, so let's hope he can do good. I mean, that'd be good if they can keep on doing good and keep on winning. But they need to win. We need to start winning. I mean, one game is not going to end the season when there's 162 games left. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about more people like O'Neal Cruz. Like I said, O'Neal Cruz needs to start hitting better. O'Neal Cruz needs to do better. O'Neal Cruz needs to start doing better in the outfield. I mean, come on, man. Catch the ball. Wear sunglasses if the sun's bothering your eyes. It's not going to look dope. You're not going to look like a nerd if you're wearing sunglasses, if that's what you're worried about. I don't know what it is. But last year he had a lot of blunders too. And he's also had some blunders this year in spring training that I've seen. So I don't know what it is O'Neal Cruz. Maybe they need to trade him and put Magnum in the outfield. I mean, they got other people too. The password is looking pretty good this year too. I mean, I don't think they called it a password. I think it got called down the minor league system. I don't know if he's on the main roster, but the password looked pretty good too. So maybe they can put the password in the outfield and he can catch more when the routine flies. I mean, I know Cruz had a couple of decent catches later on in the game, but still, there's two crucial errors in the game. It's what is making me not like him so far. I mean, he did that a lot last year too and had crucial errors in the games in the outfield. I don't know what it is with him in the outfield. I mean, I don't know if they can move him back to shortstop, but we need to bring up Connor Griffin sooner rather sooner than later and hope he can do good in the minor leagues. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it's just one game. We can't win all 162. It's going to be hard to win all 162 games. But I think the Pirates are going to be good this year. I still think they're going to have 80 wins or more. I think this is just one of the bad games. You can't win them all, even if you're the Dodgers. Congratulations to my friend Kiba, who's a Mets fan. I mean, the Mets look pretty good. The Mets might be one of the teams to beat this year, and looking really good. Their pitcher looked really good too, but the defense is better. I mean, come on. When you have a bad defense, it's not going to help a pitcher. I mean, I know Paul Skeens didn't help himself today, but it's not going to help the pitcher when you have people like O'Neal Cruz dropping routine flies that anybody can catch. I mean, the second one was right to him, and he just muffed it. Just decided, I don't know how to catch. I don't know what it is that Paul... I mean, I don't know what it is with him. I mean, I don't know what the Pirates have perception of him. I mean, why don't you put the guy Malcolm in there? Maybe on Friday or whenever they play again, Saturday or whenever they play again, maybe they put Magum in there. Or Magellan, however you say his name. I'm probably butchering it. But however you say his name, maybe they put him in there. I mean, like I said, he was hitting pretty good. I mean, I don't know how good of an outfield prospect he is because I don't really watch Tampa Bay Devil Rays or Tampa Bay Rays baseball. I mean, I watch Tampa Bay Rays baseball sometimes, but I don't really know how good of an I mean, he's young, which is good. So maybe he can be the young outfield of the future. Or maybe this Pastors guy who's young, Katuba, that we got from Boston, could be the young outfield of the future. But he need to do something in the outfield. But Brandon Lau, he did have 2 home runs, so that's good to see. He came over from the Tampa Bay Rays, so that's nice to see the Tampa Bay Rays looking good. That's nice to see him do good. He had 31 home runs last year and has 2 home runs for the Pirates. Probably has more home runs this year already than some Pirates did last year, LOL. But that's good to see. Rhino Harn did good too. We had 7 hits and we scored like 7 runs, so that's good. That's a plus to see. Their offense looked good, hitting. But they need to get more people across and more people base. But it's only game 1, so I'm not worried about that. We'll see how that befolds. But I still think we're going to have a good game, and I still think Paul Skeens is the best pitcher, and I think he'll bounce back from having an off game. Even the best pitchers have an off game. Even the best quarterbacks have an off game. Even the best receivers have an off game. Even the best point guards, best hockey players, etc. have an off game. So I think Paul Skeens will be able to bounce back from that. But we'll see. It's going to be a long year. I mean, they have 162 games. So if you don't win the first game, it's not like the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. But, I mean, Cruz needs to fix his bat. It was nice to see people like Brandon Lau and Rhino Harn actually do good. It was nice to see the first inning and have a 2-run run, even though Paul Skeens messed it up and defense messed it up in the bottom of the first. And Paul Skeens got taken out in the first, which is unordinary. I don't know what was wrong with Paul today. Hopefully he's not feeling bad or hurt. Hopefully this is an off game and he gets back better in the next game because we're going to need to have a good Paul Skeens starts this year to be a good team. But, I mean, it's not that bad. It's only game 1, so we'll see. But it's only game 1. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried too much about Paul's games, but I am more worried about Ronald Cruz, because Paul's games was the best pitcher last year and won a Cy Young. So I'm not too worried about that. But I'm not too worried about that. So hopefully Paul's games can do better. I'm not worried about Paul. I'm more worried about But I'm not worried about Paul's games. I mean, he is human and he's going to have bad games. So I'm not worried about that. But we'll see. I mean, the thing to be more worried about is the Pittsburgh fans, the Penguins. The Penguins haven't been doing good. They lost the last 2 games. They lost to the Rockies, or the Avalanche, and they lost to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Carolina Hurricanes are the #1 team in the division this year, in the conference, and the Rockies are the Avalanche are the best. Sorry, still thinking about baseball. And the Avalanche are the best team in all of hockey right now, or were a couple of days ago. But they need to start winning tonight. They play Vancouver tonight, and one of the Canadian teams, so they need to be able to beat them and need to be able to look strong. I think the Penguins look strong tonight. I think Malkin scores. I think Crosby scores. I think Kendall scores. Malkin has been out, so I don't know if he's going to play tonight. Hopefully Malkin can play tonight, because that's a key piece that the Pirates need. They need Evgeny Malkin to suit up for. They need Evgeny Malkin to suit up for them tonight and need to look good. Anthony Math, I saw. He's going to be able to play for the Pirates tonight. Penguins tonight. He was out the last game. Memphis, one of the young players, one of the players that we got in free agency, that's really defining all odds. He has one of the most points per season. He has most points in the season. He has the most points he's had in one of his seasons in quite a while, and that's one of the most points as any new player on any NHL team. So that's good that we got Anthony Maffa back. Hopefully he can have a goal tonight too of Crosby. But they need to look good against Vancouver, because the Columbus Blue Jackets are above them right now in points, and the Islanders are doing good too. I mean, the season's not over, and they might still be able to make a playoff run if they mess around a couple games. But some of these games earlier on in the season will come back to bite us. Even like my dad said the other day, if we we're pretty bad in the overtime. If we would have switched some of this overtime wins to losses, some of this overtime losses to wins, then we might not be here. Or like I said a couple of days ago, that earlier on in the season, when my brain's still thinking about baseball. When the Penguins had a lead in the third period, go in the third period like 3-1 lead or something like that, and then the next thing you know, you close your eyes and they blow it and they lost. Those are some crucial games too. If they would have won some of those crucial games, we wouldn't be in this conversation right now, and we could lose a couple games and be okay. But now that they did that and dealt their hand that way, they need to start winning these games and need to get 2 points. Because, like I said, the Islanders and the New York Islanders and the Columbus Blue Jackets are right behind us. The Penguins need to look a lot better. The Penguins need to look a lot better and need to look like a winning team. They need to come over, they need to start doing better, and need to start looking better. They have 2 bad games. Let's hope they don't have 3 bad games, because right now, unlike baseball, we were talking about earlier, hockey is near the end of the season. So like basketball, teams that are fighting for a while playoff spots like the Penguins, they need to start winning. And they don't need to keep looking back behind them and hoping that other teams lose. They need to keep winning and keep their winning ways. But let's hope the Penguins can do that. I mean, the Penguins are looking really good. I mean, they had a good season so far. Some people say the Penguins don't make the playoffs. That could be the loss of the season. I don't know. A lot of people thought the Penguins were going to suck this year and be really bad and suck for Gavin McKinnon, one of the top prospects for the one of the top prospects in the draft that plays for Penn State. But like I said before in plenty of videos, the draft is a lottery, unlike in the NFL where if you stink, you can get the first pick like the Raiders do this year. The draft is a lottery. So you don't know, even if you do stink, if you're going to be able to have your balls bounce. Oh, that's a joke. Have them pick your ball or whatever they do. How they pick the teams. You don't know if you're gonna be able to do that. So I'm glad the Penguins are doing good. I mean, they're defying all odds. They did look pretty good the couple games without F. Kenny Malkin and Crosby, and they looked pretty good without Crosby when F. Kenny Malkin was there. But Malkin needs to start playing better. I mean, Letang needs to start playing better too. Hopefully Chris Letang can play better. Hopefully Chris Letang can play better. There's just some games that Chris Letang needs to do better on. Chris Letang, I mean, I know he's a young old player. Maybe that's what it is, but I mean, he needs to start playing better. Hopefully Penguins can win tonight. I mean, unlike the Pirates, the Penguins can't be affording to lose a lot of these games because some of these other teams are coming up to them, and you don't really want to mess around in a wild card. So let's hope the Penguins can win. I mean, the Penguins can win. Let's hope the Penguins can win and look strong. I think the Penguins are going to look strong and look a lot better. I think they're going to win tonight. But we'll see. Also, the goaltending hasn't been doing good either. Stuart Skinner and Oliver Sheeloff have been doing good the last couple of games. So let's hope Stu Skinner plays tonight. Let's hope Skinner can play better. But also, it doesn't matter. Also, they need a defense in front of the Penguin players to do a lot better. The Penguins need their defense to show up. They need their defensive players to do better. We need their defensive players to do better. They need their offensive players to do better. I mean, the defense needs to start showing up in front of the net to give whoever the goaltender is some credit and some help. Sometimes the goals on net aren't always on the goaltender. I mean, they need to block them better and need to look better. But sometimes it's because they have no defensive help and they get fast breaks and it's hard for them to stop it. Oh my God. And it's hard for them to stop them. But the Penguins need to look a lot better. The Pirates, I think, are okay right now. It's only one game. It's only one game. It's only one game. And I think the Pirates, but I mean, I do like how we got a lot of hits. I do like the fact that we have Brandon Lau. Brandon Lau is looking really good for the Pirates so far in this opening game. I can't wait to see what Brandon Lau can do. Even around the horn. Marcel Ozuna didn't have any hits, but we need to get him to start hitting in our DH. But we'll see. It's just one game. I'm not overreacting yet. I'm not like Frank the Tank that overreacts every game. I mean, I got a little upset in the first inning when they took out Paul Schemes, but I got over it. But we'll see. I think Paul Schemes bounce back to the next game. I think the Pirates are doing good, but we'll see. I think the Penguins win tonight. I think the Penguins look good tonight too. I think Crosby scores. I think Evgeny Malkin scores. Or excuse me, not Evgeny Malkin, I don't know if he's playing. I think Ben Kennel scores. Erik Karlsson's looking really good too. I'm surprised that Erik Karlsson's looking this good. Erik Karlsson has really bounced back this season. Last season, I was not too surprised about Erik Karlsson and started to think that, that trade was a bust. For those who don't know, a bust means a trade that doesn't work out. I thought, that trade was a bust. But for some reason, this new coaching system, new coach Dan Mears has really turned the switch off. Has really turned the switch on and got Erik Karlsson playing like he did with the San Jose Sharks. The reason why we traded for him when he was the top defensive player of the year. He's having a lot of better goals this year for the Penguins and looking a lot better. Hopefully he can continue that winning ways and they can continue winning. I mean, the Penguins looking a lot better this year than people expected, but we'll see. I think the Penguins win tonight. I think the Pirates bounce back and win the next game, but it's going to be tough. I mean, nice getting hits. Hopefully they can get some more hits, whoever pitchers are, and they can have the pitchers last more than one inning. That was a tough game for Paul today. But I think Paul would dust off his ball cap and get back in. But like they said, Paul was still there watching the game. That's a team player. I love Paul. I hope he signs a long-term deal. I think he's still going to be a good Pirate player and a good pitcher. I think he just had one off game. And like I said, all humans have a bad game here and there. It's not like it's the end of the world. It's not like it's the end of the world. But Paul Schemes needs to look a lot better. I mean, Paul Schemes did pretty good. Or Paul Schemes has done pretty good, so I don't know what it is. If it's a lack of he didn't play in a spring training that much, or if it's that he got too tired, or maybe he just had a bad day today. Maybe the Mets should just have a good lineup that can hit. I mean, the Mets are one of the better teams in baseball. They have a lot of these high-player contracts, and maybe they just are better. Maybe they just had a better hitting day than this. I mean, but I'm not sold on giving Paul Schemes up. I know my friend Robbie called me. He's like, Paul Schemes. But that guy's a Marlins fan, so that guy has no room to talk. The Miami Marlins stink. But we'll see. I mean, the Penguins are needing. The Pirates are looking good. The Pirates lost the first game, but that's okay. We can't win them all. I still think the Pirates, like I said, will be 83 wins or more, and maybe make a playoff. 84, 85 wins to be exact, and make a playoff. I know it's just one game, but you can't win all 162. But like I said, the Penguins need to start worrying more about winning. They need to go on tonight in Canada and win. We need to not worry about because right now the Columbus Blue Jackets are above them. Who would have thought the Columbus Blue Jackets to climb up? But they're looking really good. And the New York Islanders aren't a team to sleep on right now. So they need to look a lot better. They need to look a lot better. The Pirates need to look a lot better too. Hopefully Paul Skeens just gets out of his funk and has a better game the next time he plays. I know all pitchers are going to have a bad game, but we'll see. I still believe in Paul Skeens and still think he'll be a good pitcher. And I still think he's good. But I'm not stored on Cruz, like I said. Cruz had so many blunders last year in the outfield, and he's had 2 blunders already in the opening game, and he's had a couple blunders I've seen in the spring training. Hopefully he can fix that and start getting his bat up, or maybe it might be time to start either thinking about putting him at DH and playing time with Marcell Ozuna, or moving on from it completely, or putting him down in spring training, in minor league baseball until he can get his bat. But I don't know if he can do that since he's been up here for quite a while. I mean, I know they can put some people down in the minors, but I don't know if they can do that for O'Neal Cruz. He needs to start getting his bat. I mean, I know he did have a couple better hits, a couple better catches in the outfield near the end of the game, but those 2 blunders are not going to help at all with Pirates. I hope they do a lot better, and I hope they fix that. That's what the Pirates need to fix. They need to look a lot better in that. But anyway, that's enough talking about baseball. Raise the Jolly Roger. We couldn't do that today, but let's go Bucks still. I still a Bucks fan, still believe black and gold until I die, and I still think we're going to have a good season and be a playoff team. It'll be a lot better than last year. I do like the acquisitions of Brandon Lau and Rhino Harn. They looked pretty good today in the loss. Even though we lost, you got to take some of the bright sides out, and Brandon Lau looked really good of 2 home runs. 2 home runs in the first at-bats with his first new team. That's great. Let's hope we continue doing that. The first one was a little iffy and just got past the Mets outfield, but the second one was a no-doubter. And Rhino Harn even had a home run too, so that's good. And Nick Gonzalez, he would look pretty good too. I can't believe that Nick Gonzalez had 2 hits. Nick Gonzalez might be looking good, and maybe he can split shortstop time with Ryan Griffin when Griffin comes up, or move over and help Jared Sherrill at third base. It's going to be an interesting year. It's just one game. I'm not all upset about one game and one loss. I think the Pirates will bounce back. The Pirates will have a better season this year than last. But that's all. Tonight we got the March Madness Sweet 16 starting on CBS and TBS and True TV. The first game, one of the games we got tonight is Arkansas and Arizona. Arizona is looking like one of the top teams in all basketball this year. So the Wildcats might win that game. I have them winning my bracket, and I think the Arizona Wildcats are going to win. But I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be interesting to see what Arizona can do with Darius Acuff Jr. Darius Acuff Jr. is one of the young and upcoming freshmen for the Arkansas Razorbacks. He's one of the best freshmen of all basketball this year. He's a top SEC player and breaking a lot of records for Arkansas men's basketball. I don't know if Arkansas is going to be able to win. I mean, they got John Calipari, that used to coach the Kentucky Wildcats, and he's a good coach. I just hope it's a good game. But it's going to be interesting to see how they handle Darius Acuff Jr. If they can handle Darius Acuff Jr., they might have a good chance. Darius Acuff Jr. has been a really difference maker and has been one of the difference makers this year in spring training for the Pirates. I messed up again. Darius Acuff Jr. has been one of the up-and-coming stars for the Arkansas Razorbacks. I don't think he'll be an Arkansas Razorback next year, because in NBA and college basketball, for those of you that might be new to podcast, I think you only have to play 1 year in college basketball or college level until you can go over to the pros. Some people do it from high school, but I think that's where we'll be playing. Pro basketball. They have to play 1 year in college. He had to play 2 years in college in pro football. And college football to be in pro football, but I think NBA you only have to play 1 year. So Darius Acuff Jr. I know now they can have NIL money, so maybe they might be able to have Darius Acuff Jr. They may be able to back up the truck to Darius Acuff Jr. in Arkansas and keep him in Arkansas. He is one of the upcoming freshmen. He is breaking a lot of records, but I still think Arizona. I think it's Arizona's year, and I think Arizona is going to go past this game. I think it's going to be a close game. It might even make it to overtime, but we'll see. Another game is Purdue and Texas. Who would have thought the Texas Longhorns at the 11th seed would be all the way in the Sweet 16? They have been making some noise. But Purdue's looking pretty good too. Purdue's always good in basketball. Purdue might not be good in football every year, but they always seem to have a really good basketball team. Purdue has some really young players. Texas is doing pretty good too. Will Texas be able to, and Sean Miller in Texas be able to do good again tonight? I don't know. That's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game always now. But we'll see. I mean, they did beat Gonzaga. Gonzaga was one of the top teams to make it far. They did beat Gonzaga in the last game. But we'll see. I don't know what Texas can do. I think Purdue's going to be able to beat Texas, but I think it could be a close game. We'll see. I mean, Texas has some young SEC players too that are pretty good. But we'll see. Nebraska over Iowa. Iowa just upset the University of Florida in the last round. Iowa just upset the University of Florida Gators in the last round. Will Iowa do able to upset Nebraska? Nebraska's in the Sweet 16 for the first time in franchise history, or program history. Will they be able to win? Nebraska's looking really good. They got a couple good Big Ten players. I don't really follow the Big Ten, Nebraska or Iowa, so I don't really know how it's going to go out. I mean, this might be a game. Iowa's looking really good too. Maybe Iowa's one of those Cinderella teams, number 9. I mean, I don't know. I mean, not really Cinderella, but one of these teams that can upset brackets and make a good game. I think that's going to be a game. That could come down to the last second shot, like Vanderbilt and Nebraska did last week. But we'll see. It's going to be a good game tonight too, I think. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. And then the last game we got tonight. The last game we got tonight is one of the last games is Houston and the Illinois. Illinois is on Big Ten. Illinois is looking really good too. But I think Houston's is really strong. Houston is on the Big 12 and was in the American Conference, and Houston's always had a really good basketball team. I remember watching them in the American Conference and being like, oh great, there's Houston again. We're probably going to lose to Houston. I don't know why UCF can't get as good as Houston. I mean, Houston always seems to always be in March Madness and always be making the Sweet 16. I don't know. I say that's going to be tough. I don't know who's going to win between Illinois and Houston. I think I picked Houston in my bracket, but I don't know who's going to win between that game. I don't know who's going to win. But we'll see. I think we'll see. I think Houston will win since they're the Big 12. But we'll see. All I hope for tonight is a good game. All I really hope for tonight is good basketball games. I hope that I can just watch good games and watch them come found when you don't have a team that's in it anymore, because UCF and all the Florida teams are out of it now. And there's no Pennsylvania teams in there. When you really don't have any teams in there, I just like to watch good games. I mean, I'm going to be rooting for Arizona. Okay. Tomorrow's episode, we'll talk more about today's sports and talk more about the games tonight. But I think we're going to have good college basketball games tonight. We should have good basketball games now, but during the Sweet 16, we're not having to watch Duke versus some of these teams. Even though some of these teams like Siena look really good, but we'll see. But thank you for watching Stache Sports. If you have any comments, please let me know down below.